Welcome to this podcast summary of Khloé in Wonderland featuring Kylie Jenner. In this episode, Kylie opens up like never before about motherhood, fame, acting, and her bond with Khloé Kardashian. I've broken down the conversation into 10 powerful takeaways that capture the most emotional, funny, and inspiring moments from their chat. From hilarious family pranks to honest reflections on parenting and self-discovery, this summary gives you everything you need to know without missing a beat. Now, let's jump straight into the first takeaway. Takeaway 1, sisters growing up and finding balance. Khloé Kardashian and Kylie Jenner begin the podcast, laughing, drinking martinis, and reminiscing about growing up together. They talk about how their bond has shifted from childhood play to adulthood friendship. Kylie recalls one of her earliest memories with Khloé, when she was just 4 years old, and Khloé helped her count her birthday on her fingers. Another vivid memory she shares is of Khloé's serious car accident at 16, which left her in a neck brace after her car flipped, and she was pulled out using the jaws of life. Kylie remembers visiting her and feeling scared but deeply connected. Through these stories, both sisters realize how much they have been through together and how that history shaped their relationship. For example, Khloé shares that she felt like Kylie's protector for years and still catches herself treating her like the little sister she once guided through everything, from social media passwords to life advice. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. How being pregnant together deepened their bond. Kylie Jenner and Khloé Kardashian laugh about how unexpected it was to be pregnant at the same time. They say they never could have imagined that from counting birthdays together as kids, they would one day be sharing pregnancy cravings and ultrasounds. Khloé was comforted by Kylie's calmness when she became pregnant again unexpectedly. Kylie reminded her that God makes no mistakes, and told her that their sons, Aire and Tatum, were meant to grow up side by side. They talk about how their daughters, Stormi and True, are already best friends, and how having children at the same time helped them navigate motherhood with understanding instead of competition. For example, Khloé mentions a recent video Kylie sent her from Disneyland where their little boys were sitting in a stroller holding hands. And both sisters got emotional seeing their children form the same kind of bond they share. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Kylie's honest talk about motherhood. Kylie opens up about how becoming a mother changed her in ways she never expected. She says before motherhood, she didn't realize how selfish everyday routines could be, like deciding to leave the house or spend time alone. Now, every plan has to revolve around her kids. She admits that she was scared at first because she was so young, but that nurturing instinct came naturally to her. Khloé reminds everyone that even as a child, Kylie was maternal. She had a dog named Dolce and refused to sleep over at friends' houses because she worried the dog would miss her. That attachment, Khloé says, showed that Kylie was always meant to be a caregiver. Kylie laughs about how she still calls home to check on her pets the same way she once checked on Dolce. Both sisters agree that being mothers has made them softer and more forgiving toward their own mom, Kris Jenner. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Lessons from being daughters and mothers. Both Khloé and Kylie reflect on how motherhood made them understand Kris Jenner differently. Kylie says that now she relates to Kris more and sees why her mom made certain choices when they were younger. Khloé admits she used to be more judgmental, thinking their mom had to be perfect, but now realizes that no mother has all the answers. They talk about how people tend to put parents and professionals on a pedestal, forgetting they are human. Khloé even says she is jealous that Kylie learned this empathy so young because it helped her form a more peaceful relationship with their mom earlier in life. For example, Khloé remembers how she used to clash with Kris as a teenager, calling her dark shadows whenever she came home, while Kylie says she was always more of a go-with-the-flow person who accepted her mom's quirks. Now both say motherhood has turned them into their mom in some ways, and they finally appreciate her patience. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Different parenting styles, same family love. Khloé and Kylie talk about how they both parent with love but have different approaches. Khloé calls herself very structured and says her children must nap and eat at specific times. Kylie laughs and says she is more relaxed, letting her kids stay up a bit longer or break routines if it means creating memories. They tease each other about Disneyland days, with Khloé insisting that her son Tatum turned into a tiny demon after skipping his nap, while Kylie laughs and says the kids were just excited and happy. Despite their different styles, both agree that they are good mothers who prioritize their children's happiness and emotional health. For example, Kylie says she loves watching her kids play freely even when it gets messy. While Khloé admits that her peace of mind often depends on things being organized, the sisters agree that parenting has no single right way and that the best approach is the one that works for your own family. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Kylie on rediscovering herself and creativity. Kylie Jenner talks about how entering her late 20s has pushed her to rediscover parts of herself she had hidden for years. She says she had become very careful about what she shared because of judgment and criticism. But now she wants to have fun again. That's where pop star Kylie comes from. She recorded a song and starred in a short film called The Charlie Movie, despite being terrified of acting. She explains that she used to do many things outside her comfort zone, but had stopped after years of public scrutiny. Recording music and acting felt like taking her confidence back. When she felt unsure, she called Kim Kardashian for advice, and Kim told her, "You're saying it perfectly. You've got this." Kylie says she felt proud of herself afterward and realized that creative freedom brings her peace. For example, she and her friend Iris make vision boards every December, and she was shocked to see that everything she once dreamed of on those boards eventually came true. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Setting and protecting personal boundaries. Kylie admits that she used to hate the word boundaries when her sisters talked about it, but now she fully believes in them. She says her favorite boundary is keeping her children's personal lives private. Khloé praises Kylie and Kourtney for sticking to their limits without guilt. She says she wishes she could be that strong because she often feels guilty for saying no. Kylie explains that after years of being in the public eye, boundaries became essential for her mental health. She says that choosing peace is not selfish but necessary. They also laugh about how Kylie often mutes the family group chat when it gets too chaotic. Khloé teases her, saying, "You are always muted." And Kylie admits she sometimes needs quiet from the constant stream of family texts. For example, she says she used to feel bad about not replying instantly, but now she recognizes that silence can be healthy too. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Support systems and sisterly comfort. When the conversation turns emotional, Khloé asks Kylie who she calls when she's spiraling. Kylie immediately says she often calls Khloé because Khloé listens without judgment. Khloé shares a touching story about her daughter True losing nearly half her hair volume after a very high fever, which terrified her. She and Kylie supported each other through it. Since Stormi had experienced a similar issue, Kylie explains that when it happens to your child, you have to act calm even if you're panicking inside, because kids sense your emotions. The sisters agree that having each other makes hard moments easier. For example, Khloé says that during True's recovery, Kylie would send her encouraging messages late at night, reminding her that everything would grow back and be okay. This part of the podcast shows their deep emotional connection beyond fame and business. It feels like two mothers talking from the heart, reminding everyone that even celebrities face the same fears and worries as any parent. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. The lighter side of sisterhood. In one of the funniest parts of the episode, Khloé and Kylie play Truth or Dare and prank their family members. Kylie calls Kim pretending that Kim accidentally posted a nude photo on Instagram. Kim panics, shouting, "What did I post?" and starts frantically checking her feed. Then they prank their mom, Kris, who completely falls for it and yells, "Tell me right now and get it down," before calling her assistant Jen in a panic. They even try Kendall, who immediately sees through it and laughs. The whole segment shows how the sisters mix love and mischief, keeping their bond playful despite their busy lives. Khloé says these kinds of silly moments remind her that even though their world is serious and public, laughter keeps them sane. For example, Kylie jokes that their family may be full of billionaires and CEOs, but when it comes to pranks, they all still act like mischievous teenagers trying to make each other scream. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Kylie's plans for her 30s. As the conversation winds down, Khloé teases Kylie about turning 30 soon. Kylie laughs and says she feels both young and old at the same time, with 2 kids, a decade-old business, and endless responsibilities. She says her 30s will be about living with more freedom, doing what feels right, and not letting anyone else's opinions control her. She still calls Kylie Cosmetics her baby and wants to grow it even further, but she's also open to acting and getting back into the studio to explore music again, not to chase fame, but just for joy. Khloé raises a toast to that mindset and says, "Cheers to not giving a single fuck." Kylie ends by saying she finally feels at peace with who she is, and that from now on, she will do whatever makes her happy. For example, she says she no longer worries about being perfect or explaining herself to people online, because the real measure of success is being able to look at your life and say, "I'm proud of who I've become." Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.